Story 1. The Summoned Shadow. This is going to sound bizarre, but please hear me out. Back in high school in Wayne, Pennsylvania, there was this kid everyone avoided. I'll call him Patrick, though his real name evoked something ancient and dramatic, like from a Shakespeare tragedy. He was painfully awkward, shuffling around with a vacant stare that unnerved even the teachers. He wore the same faded gray hoodie every day, no exaggeration, and it reeked like it had never seen a wash. Short, average build, but you couldn't tell much because his hood was always up, and he never removed his sunglasses, even indoors. Teachers gave up asking, he'd just ignore them. He had no friends, but this odd habit of adopting people. If he randomly decided he liked you, he'd approach and declare, "You're adopted," meaning you were in his inner circle, supposedly safe from whatever he was. He claimed to be a demon, and adoption protected you. Not many got adopted. I did, probably because he had a crush on me. Gabby, another friend, was adopted too. His interest in her was obvious. We all dismissed his demon talk as troubled kid stuff. One day, me, Gabby, Laura, and Luke were lounging on the dugouts behind school. Conversation drifted to Patrick's crush on Gabby. We laughed, using a silly nickname for him because his real name was cumbersome. But Laura slipped and said his real name 3 times. Suddenly, Patrick materialized out of thin air, leaping onto the dugout with a baseball bat. It wasn't jump scare terrifying, but deeply unsettling. We froze, worried he'd overheard. He just stared, nodded at my wave, then vanished. We laughed it off later, but I was rattled. The next creepy incident, at Laura's house, just us two in her room, parents downstairs. We mentioned Patrick 3 times in chat. Minutes later, the front door slammed. We checked. There stood Patrick chatting with Laura's mom. He said, "I was summoned." She knew him vaguely, pitied him, and asked him to leave. We connected the dots. Saying his name 3 times summoned him like some demonic ritual. We told friends, swore off saying it thrice. Months passed peacefully until at Johnny's house on his back deck. Johnny scoffed at our story, said Patrick's name 3 times mockingly. Nothing. Then Patrick vaulted the fence, stared, and left. Johnny freaked, accused us of pranks. We weren't. The scariest, home alone, invited a boy over. Rainy night. He yelled Patrick's name 3 times to tease. Rain intensified, lightning flashed. I saw a silhouette in the driveway. Patrick. He moved to the yard. I screamed, "I'm adopted," repeatedly. The boy comforted me. Silhouette gone. Next morning, found his hoodie in the backyard, wrapped around my lost items. Patrick vanished from school forever. Maybe a stalker, but the summoning hook chills me still. Say a demon's name 3 times, and it answers. Story 2. The Blizzard's Call. I'm from Denver now, but this happened a few years back. My buddy Mike and I were en route to a dinner party on a snowy Saturday. We detoured to a liquor store for craft beers and whiskey. Snow picking up. Mike dashed back for Zins, his nicotine obsession, annoying me since I was driving a crappy car in worsening weather. We hit the road. Snow blanketed everything, turning suburbs treacherous. Uphill, I turned a corner. A car stalled mid-street, hazards flashing, doors ajar. I wanted to swerve past. I'm no good Samaritan. Life taught me distrust. Mike insisted we stop. We watched from afar, eerie lights in the snow. Nothing moved. Mike got out to check. I swore I saw shadows shift near the trunk. Then it hit. Mike had jokingly said, "Carjacker" 3 times earlier, mocking urban legends. The car jolted. I honked. Mike bolted back. We sped off. I explained my hunch. It felt like a trap, summoned by his words. He grumbled, "No proof." At the party, hours later, TV news, a stolen vehicle report. A woman and son stopped for a similar setup. Men ambushed from snowbanks and trunk. Gunpoint carjacking. Exactly our scene. But the horror hook? Witnesses claimed the victims had chanted "Help me" 3 times before approaching, unwittingly summoning the thieves like a cursed invocation. We escaped, but now I distrust even more. Say the wrong word thrice in a storm, and danger manifests. Story 3. The Nightmare Whisper. This unfolded over 30 years ago in my childhood. Details fuzzy, but core haunts me. I was about 10, from a huge family. Dad, one of 9 siblings, endless aunts, uncles, cousins. Grandparents' massive beachfront property slept 30 plus, a summer hub for remote working relatives. Rarely alone. I loved it. Closer to cousins than school friends. Favorite relative. Uncle Joseph, therapist and psychiatrist. Dad to antisocial cousin Brandon. Uncle Joe was hilarious. Kid magnet. Confidant. I shared everything with him. That summer, graphic nightmares plagued me. No themes, just horrors like family deaths or eternal isolation. One vivid, false awakening, house empty, me sobbing abandoned. After nights of this, I confided in Uncle Joe, embarrassed for parents. He noted details, suggested subconscious resentment toward parents. Confused, I was obedient, loving. He advised mild disobedience to vent. I tried, arguing, saying no. Parents worried, nightmares worsened. Back to him, he said my brain was too mature, needed setting free, hesitant. But if one more nightmare, that night, woke pre-dream, paralyzed in fear. Whisper in ear, Uncle Joe's voice chanting my name 3 times softly, like summoning my terror. I screamed. He fled. Told parents everything. Dad confronted. Fight ensued. Dad seized Uncle's satchel. Notes on inducing nightmares, experiments, sick articles. Police arrested him. Computer horrors implied twisted plans to free kids. Never saw him again. The hook? He whispered victims' names 3 times nightly, summoning nightmares as a gateway to control. Naivety bites, but say a predator's secret phrase thrice, and darkness invades your mind. Story 4, The Echoing Mirror. Forgive the oddity, but this mirrors my past fears. In college, in a small town like Wayne but rainier, there was a roommate I'll call Elena. Real name archaic, like a forgotten myth. Awkward, empty gaze, always in a black trench coat, unwashed scent clinging. Tall, pale, hood up, reflective glasses never off, even in dim dorms. Teachers ignored her defiance. No friends, but she'd claim people, approach randomly, whisper, "You're claimed," implying protection from her echo. She said she was a spirit tied to reflections. Few claimed. I was, likely her fixation on me. My friend Sarah, too. Obvious crush. Hanging in dorm with Sarah, Tom, and Mia, talk turned to Elena's weirdness. We nicknamed her. Mia said real name 3 times. Mirror across room fogged. Elena appeared in it, stepping out with a shard of glass like a blade. Unsettling stare. She nodded at me, vanished back. Next, at Sarah's apartment, us 2 chatting, said Elena's name thrice. Bathroom mirror shattered faintly. Door knocked. Elena outside. I was echoed. Sarah's mom knew her vaguely. Shooed her. We linked. Name 3 times, echoed her from reflections. Months calm till at friend's lake house. Skeptic pal Dave mocked. Said name 3 times. Mirror in room rippled. Elena emerged from lake reflection outside. Stared. Retreated. Dave panicked. Worst. Alone in my apartment. Stormy night. Date over, he teased. Yelled Elena's name 3 times. Thunder boomed. Mirror showed silhouette. She pressed against glass from inside. I chanted, "I'm claimed." She faded. Morning. Trench coat in closet, wrapped in my missing photos. Elena vanished from campus. Stalker? But the hook. Say a spirit's name 3 times near a mirror, and it echoes through, pulling you in forever.